A very good morning class. I am your SST teacher and I am here to start the first unit, that is evolution of man. Evolution of man. Before I begin the lesson, before I begin the classes, I hope everyone remembers that I have told you the syllabus in the online classes, but I will repeat here again. The syllabus for the first term is chapter number 1 to chapter number 6. Syllabus for chapter 1 to chapter 6. Chapter number 1 to chapter number 6. Okay. And regarding the register, you must be having it out which copy to make in what way. So you must have a register that is a long register. Okay, not a short copy one. You can choose the pages between 120 to 150. It should be a long register with 120 to 150 pages. Every day I'll assign some work. Whatever we study, whatever we read, on the basis of that I'll assign some work. Your duty would be to write down those works, write down those homeworks, complete those homeworks in your fair copy, and you have to send me by taking an image of it on my particular WhatsApp number. Okay, so this is the way, this is the process that we are going to follow. The other thing is that you must mention your details every time whenever you send something, whenever you send me a message even, whenever you give me a call even, do tell me your details. The details like your name, your roll number, your class, your section. Everywhere it should be mentioned, every time it should be mentioned whenever you send me some work. Okay, so we'll begin with the first unit, that is evolution of man. In this chapter, we are going to talk about how the man has progressed over the years. How have we developed into a human being? How have we progressed over the years in a different format? See, we human beings, we are actually in a chimpanzee form. Our ancestors were believed to be in chimpanzee. But now what we are is entirely different from a chimpanzee. So how has this progress taken place over the years? This is what we are going to learn. See, before I could come to the chapter, I could read the part. I'll tell you what SST is all about. SST means social studies. Social study is basically a combination of history, geography and civics, wherein you need to know about the past, you need to study about the environmental conditions, and you need to know about the political situations. So it's a combination of all, history, geography and SST. You study here in a very merged form. If you see the contents of your book, the very first page, the content where it is mentioned, the first 4 chapters are from the history. The first 4 chapters are from the history. 5th and 6th covers the civics part, and the rest of the 7th and 8th part is for the from geography part. So it's all the combinations that we are going to study in this. It's a mixture of history, geography and the civics. So what history teaches us? We have begun with the evolution of man. The history teaches us about the past. Whatever has happened in the past, we are going to learn in this. So evolution of man, how did man transform himself or herself? How did he transform into a human being? This journey is what we are going to study. So it's a study about the past. You must be having your grandfather, great-grandfather, and they must be telling you a story that during that time we used to live this way, we used to have such living standard, or we used to own such car, which is now outdated one, which is now revolutionized, which is now changed. So it's a comparison between the past and today. This is what the history is going to teach you here. This is what the chapter teaches you. How has the man progressed over the years? There is development. I told you we are similar to chimpanzee. The chimpanzee has 2 hands, 2 legs we even have 2 hands and 2 legs. But what is the basic difference between a chimpanzee and a human being? That chimpanzee does not have a knowledge. A chimpanzee is not able to differentiate between the good and the bad. But we as a human being, since we are knowledgeable, we are ready to learn, we are eager to learn, we adapt to new conditions, we apply all the new formats. So we are able to differentiate between the good and the bad. If you give a rotten apple and a raw apple to a chimpanzee, it will not differentiate the good and the bad, rather it will consume both. But on the same time, when we are given the same options, we will go for the good one, which is in good quality, we will consume that. So this basic difference has arisen because of the knowledge. So that is why education plays a very crucial role, very important role in your life, in shaping up your life. You will have to design your life. And that designing can only be done when you have the knowledge. So evolution of man talks about, the first phase we talked about the life of the earth. When did the survival of human beings became possible on earth? It is believed that the earth was founded nearly 4500 million of years ago. 4500 millions of years ago, the earth was founded. Which you can say the birth date of the earth was 4500 million of years ago. All of us remember now our birthday. We are born on this date, we have turned this now. Okay, every year when we celebrate, we have even remember that we have turned 1 year older now. Same way, it is 4500 years ago that the earth was born. Okay, so the journey from 4500 years ago to now, that is what we are going to see. How has the earth even changed itself or has developed the life which was impossible 4500 years ago. It was believed that 4500 years ago there was no life on the earth, there was no sustenance on the earth because the mantle or the crust or the lava or the fossil fuels which are found beneath the earth were not discovered. It was in the latter part of life that the environmentalists, the archaeologists, the agriculturists, they developed that there is some life, there is some movement, there is some vibration beneath the earth. And when it was dug, when the holes were created, it was found that there was some movement, some fossil fuels were there, which actually gave a life to human beings. So, on an assumption basis, it is assumed over here that 4500 million of years ago is taken in a round figure of 100 kilometers. This is taken in a round figure as a 100 kilometers for understanding purpose only. We cannot go and talk about 4500 years ago, but we can talk about 100 kilometers. Means if you have to cover a journey of 100 kilometers, you can explain. 4500 million of years ago, if you talk about the data, it will be impossible to explain. So 100 kilometers is the journey which the earth has travelled. Wherein for the first 50 kilometers there is no life on the earth. When we dig for the first 50 kilometers, we find that there is no sustenance of life. When we touch the 88th kilometer, we find that there is some life, there is some movement, there are some invertebrate forms which are there. That means the survival of life begins from the 88th kilometer. After going to almost to 90% to the core of the earth, we find that the life is possible on earth. And later on, when we reach to 98 kilometers, we find that there are oceans, there are plateaus, there are Everest, there are mountains, means the life or the environment of the earth begins to shape up. This is the way the earth has progressed over the years. The first age that we are going to talk about is the Ice Age. Why is it named as Ice Age? The reason is that the whole of the earth was covered with either snow or ice. Whole of the earth was either covered with snow or ice. So during this period, the human beings were basically a migrator. Migration means that you shift from one place to other place in search of better opportunities. What does the word migration mean? Migration means shifting from one place to other place in search of better opportunity. When a person moves or shifts from one place to the other place, he is moving because he is moving for a betterment of his life. So why did the early men move? The reason was they were moving for a safer place so that they were not attacked by the wild animals. They were moving for a place to survive in. They since they did not have any particular house, so they had to shift from one place to other place, wherein they found the food particles or the food items. They lived over there, and when the food items got over, they had to migrate it to the other place. So this journey kept on, the movement kept on taking place unless and until the human beings recognized the importance of knowledge, and that later on they discovered many things. It is said that necessity is the mother of invention. When the necessity arose, they kept on discovering many new things, and slowly and steadily they started shaping their lives. So I'll put a stop over here. And we'll continue with the rest of the part in the next class. Thank you, class.